everyone, Tom from One Chance Tactical, and today's range drills, what we're going to be doing today is something I call the pistol suicides. It's also kind of been come to known as kind of like an inside joke as the martial aggregate or aggregate. So let's take a look and see what we got here. So a little bit of history on where this exercise or drill came from. A friend of mine, Tom, he was contracting overseas not too long ago, and on Thanksgiving he had traced his hand and he drew a turkey head on the thumb, and he was just shooting some groups in the palm. And he was like, yeah, this is what I did on my Thanksgiving. So I went up the range and I traced my hand, and I'm like, I'll see your turkey and I'll raise you some feathers. So I started working palm finger, palm finger, palm finger. And it definitely proved to be pretty challenging at 7-10 yards to try and get a hit on a quarter-inch size target. So that's kind of where this was born from, working big to small. And I also want to incorporate a whole lot of movements into it. So what we got going on here is I'll drop some arrows over the targets that we're working on. We got this guy right here on the right, that piece of steel that's right next to that black box, and then we have target 2, which is going to be right over there. Their targets are 12 yards apart and the cones are 12 yards back, so we're basically working at a perfect 12 by 12 box. The method of engagement is we're going to start on position 1, which is on the right, and then we're going to fire 1 round. We're going to move to position 2 for 1 round, back to position 1 for 2 rounds, back over to position 2 for 2 rounds. So basically what we got going on here is 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. It's 20 rounds total, 7 movements to actually get the work done. 7 movements at 12 yards each is 84 yards total. Now here's the kicker to it. On target 1, we're not just trying to get a hit on a piece of steel. That'd be way too easy. That's your straight up 12 by 20 piece of steel. There is a 2-inch swinger on top of the left shoulder right now. So all hits on position 1 are going to be on that swinger. On position 2, we're simply going for the piece of steel. So running 84 yards back and forth total, our heart rate's going to get up a little bit. And to make that hit on position 1, to get that 2-inch piece of steel to swing back and forth, because that's what it is, it's a swinger, we're going to have to see our sights and give our sights a little bit more love. So when we actually were running this, we're going to have to, if we're going to truly settle into a position, it's going to be on that one right there, position 1, because we're going to have to see a little bit more. On position 2, we should be able to bounce in and out of that guy pretty quickly, because we don't have to see as much. We only need to see as much as we need to see in order to effectively make the shot, right? So the work we're really looking for is settling in on position 1. Position 2, we should be bouncing in and out pretty quick, and that's also kind of where the suicide drill came from. The suicides, like if you ever played football when you're in high school, your coach made you run from like the 5 to the 10, the 5 to the 15. That's kind of how this is breaking down, but we got 84 yards total. If you guys don't have steel to shoot at, that's fine. There's a whole slew of steel out here right now. I probably should have cleaned some of it up before we filmed this. But if you guys don't have steel, you can grab 2 IPSC targets and throw some 3x5 cards on there. You could throw a 3x5 card in the alpha box or in the head box and work this vertically on position 1, or you can throw them on the shoulders and work it horizontally. That's kind of up to you. And then on position 2, it can just be a straight up IPSC target, or your target of choice and your targeting area of choice. I always try and keep the targeting in the thoracic cavity heart box area. So part time for this, 40 to 45 seconds, I've kind of found to be a pretty good, definitely a good balance of hustling and bustling, but not sandbagging it to the point where we've just done we haven't gotten out of it what we really want to get out of it. Well, I definitely want to push myself on this. So 40-45 seconds I found to be a pretty good part-time to shoot for. Other than that, that's really about all I got right now. Let me get some eyes and ears on, and let's get this going. So we got a 40.03, and a couple issues with that popper along the way. She wanted to come out of the sock that she's in, but all in all, not too bad of a run. Well, now that I've caught my breath, we ran a 40.03. That last, I think it was like the 4th or 5th rep when I was going back over to position 1. I nicked that swinger, and it didn't give me that 180, just like we had talked about before. It gave me like right around like 110 degrees of turn, so it actually reduced the amount of target that I was able to see, so I had to fire that additional shot. So I got a 40.03. I fired 21 shots total. This drill is definitely an ass kicker. It kicks my ass every time I do it, but that's okay. That's why we're out here. It's about coming here and leaving better than how you showed up, and doing it safely and having a good time while you're at it. This is Tom from One Chance Tactical, reminding you, you have one chance to get it right. However long that is directly up to you.